Today, I wanted to share with you my top pick RV generator for 2022. There's a lot of reasons why we switched to it and why it earned its spot on the RV. How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs. Today, I'm sharing with you why we have picked the generator that we did, our top pick, and hopefully going through these things that'll help you pick a generator that works for you and your needs. For us, we wanted something that was number one, dependable. We wanted an inverter generator that's quieter for RVing. We wanted to have a high enough output capacity, be flexible for the fuels that we need. We wanted it to be lightweight, easy to handle, and easy to store. So that was the criteria that we had of what we wanted out of a generator. This generator is the 2500 watt Champion dual fuel generator. So as you can see, it's really light, it's really easy to handle, so it doesn't take up a ton of space in the RV. It's easy to pull out, easy to move wherever you want to, and it's dual fuel right out of the box. So it's able to work off of propane and gasoline and switch easily in between those. That's just two of the main things why this came to the surface. That 2500 watt rating in this size of a generator is pretty impressive to have that rated output. Now this generator size works really well for us in terms of output and physical size. The output of this generator is one of the highest for its physical size. It's kind of this 2000 watt generator size. It's just easy to grab and carry around. So this generator, we've been able to run the AC on our RV, which is a 15,000 BTU AC with a micro-air easy start. So it can run that as an option if we needed to. We can run the AC off of our inverter setup if we had to, but it's nice to be able to have those options. If we needed to run it off the generator, we could. If we needed to run it off the inverter, we could. We have those options available to us from gasoline or propane. Now, the majority of the time that we're going to use this generator is just to charge up the batteries, which we can usually do in about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half if we're down pretty low and we want to bring those batteries back up and be able to use our inverter system. This is going to be the perfect size for that. We're not bringing too much generator, and it's the perfect size to be able to do that. Now, if we did decide that we wanted a larger inverter generator, we can link two of these together. We can put two of them together and have the higher output as if we had a larger generator. So linking them together gives you a lot of flexibility. You can pull out one when you need to, or you can pull out two when you have a larger load that you want to power. You have the flexibility to choose what you want to use at that time. So for us, it checks that box of being able to run everything that we need to. Number two, it's obviously an inverter generator. It's not too loud, and it checks that box too. Now for the distance of the typical regulations, this is what it sounds like. And this is what it sounds like under load. Pretty typical, other than the plane flying in the background that's probably louder. Now, we knew from having our last generator, we definitely wanted to have the dual fuel, the propane and the gasoline. So if we've learned anything from the storm that went through Texas and you couldn't always get fuel, having the option between gasoline and propane was a really big advantage. But for us, we want to run this generator on propane almost exclusively. Only use gasoline when we have to in a pinch, or if we can't get propane and gasoline's our only option. We don't want a gas can on the RV if we don't have to. We don't have to worry about where we're going to store it. And plus, propane is always on the RV and it burns cleaner. It doesn't smell. It's easier on the generator. It's not going to gum up inside the carburetor. It's a great fuel to be able to use inside of the generator. Now, as far as run time, they say that it can run for like 11 hours on the gasoline and like 34 hours on a 20-pound tank of propane. I didn't fully test that. That's a really long time to do a test. I only put about a third of a tank in here, and it just ran for hours and hours. I actually didn't want to put that much gasoline in there, but it was great for being able to break it in and be able to test it. And on propane, we have a 30-pound propane tank on the RV, so it's going to go for much longer than we would like to run it for. We don't usually look for how long we can run the generator. It's usually how short of a time can we run it to charge the batteries up. Now, another thing, since we exclusively use this on propane, except for when I broke it in with gasoline and there's no more gasoline in there anymore, I don't mind storing it in here. It doesn't have the fumes, it doesn't smell like gasoline, and it's really easy to take in and out of this compartment. I could do it with the larger generator, but this one's just really easy to move it in and out. So I'm gonna leave a link down in the description to this generator because with all these things that are compiled, that's why it makes it our top pick for a generator. Number one, the price, dependability, the output, the flexibility in fuel, just easy to handle, easy to move around, extremely lightweight again for that output. All these things compiled makes it the generator that we're choosing to travel with. And if we ever wanted a larger generator, we pick up another one and then we can link them together. So I hope after seeing our list and how this generator meets our needs and fits for us RVing, hope you're able to see what would work for you and your off-grid solution. So I think that's gonna do it for today. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more videos about RVing, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video.